Hi guys, and welcome back to our final lesson in our decimals topic. Today, as you can see, we're going to be looking at mixed problems. So we're learning how to use the skills in our previous decimals lessons to tackle any decimal problems that we might face. Your success criteria for today then is you have been successful if you can identify what problem a question is asking and then use your decimal skills to answer that problem. So we've spoken about multiplying and dividing before, but here I've got different words that can tell us which of our four main operations we might be needing in a question. So our top left corner then we've got add, and other words for that can be total, increase, plus, together, extra. So any of those words usually means that we need to add our numbers up to get our answer. The opposite to that then is subtract, so minus. The difference of two things means to take away. Deduct or decrease is another meaning for take away. For multiply, we've got our times, pair, lots of, product, multiply. And for divide, we've got share, groups of, split into, share into equal parts. So this should give you a good idea. If you see one of these words, that's usually the operation that the question is wanting you to carry out. Cam's Cars is selling a brand new car for £8,550. Dennis's Deals is selling the same car with a discount and his price is £7,860.78. What is the difference in their prices? Well, difference is telling us that we need to take away, and the two numbers that we've been given, I'm just going to circle so that I can identify them a wee bit easier. So when it's difference, I need to take the smaller one away from the bigger one. So we're going to start with that 8550, and we are going to take away that 7,000. So our numbers were 8,000 and so on, and 7,000. So I know that I can start my 7 underneath that 8, and then fill it in. And now I get to my decimal. So fill in my decimal point, and then my 7/10ths and my 8/100ths. And then at the top, I'm going to line up with my 0, 0 and the decimal point. Fill in my equal signs, and then we're just doing a takeaway like normal. So I need to go all the way up to the 5 to borrow 1. So we'll change that to a 4. That 10 is going to become a 9. Then that 10 is going to become a 9. And for a 10 at the end, so 2, line up my decimal points. 9 take away 0 is 9. 4 take away 6 I can't do, so I'm going to borrow 1 from that 5. 14 take away 6 then is 8. I'm going to borrow 1 from that 8. And 14 take away 8 is 6. And 7 take away 7 is 0. So the difference in my price there is £689.22. We were talking about money for both of these numbers, so I need to include my pound sign at the end there for that answer to make sense. For example 2, I bought 8 boxes of jotters for £6.99 per box. So how much did I pay? So if we are buying 8 boxes and the jotters are £6.99 per box, what we can do here is we've got two choices. I could either do £6.99 plus £6.99 and so on 8 times, or the easier way to do that is 6.99 times by 8. So that's the way that I'm going to do it. But if you had added them all up 8 times, you should get the same answer. So 8 9s are 72. Carry my 7. Again, 72 plus 7 then is going to give me 79. Line up my decimal points, the really important bit. 8 6s are 48, plus 7 is going to give us 55 here. It was money again that we were talking about, the price of boxes, so I'm going to fill in a pound sign to get £55.92 for my answer. Example 3, how much is the total cost for an adult, a student and a 12-year-old to visit the theme park? And this time they've given us a list of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle each one that I need. So first of all, we need an adult's price. We then need a student, and then a child who is over the age of 12. So if we look here, we've got 10 plus 4 to 9 or 0 to 3. So 12 is in that 10 plus bracket, so it's this 925 that I need. And then it's a case of adding up these three numbers together. You could do it as two separate sums. So our 1850 plus our 1275. And then once you get that answer, add on 925. Or you could do it like me as one big column sum and just add them all together in one go. So 0 and 5 and 5 makes 10, carry my 1. 5 and 7 makes 12, plus another 2 is 14, plus another 1 is 15. 8 and 2 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus another 1 is 20. So fill in the 0, carry that 2. Oh, and I've forgotten to line up my decimal point there. And then back to my tens column, so 1 and 1 is 2, plus another 2 gives me 4. So our answer there is going to be £40 and 50p for an adult, a student and a 12-year-old to visit the theme park together. Example number 4 then, which deal is better per carton of juice? So per carton tells us that we are going to have to divide these things equally. So a pack of 3 for £1.35, well 3 goes on the outside because I'm wanting to find one carton, that's what per carton means, and then put my price on the inside. 3 can't go into 1, so we put a 0, line up that decimal point. 3 goes into 13 4 times with 1 remainder, and 3 goes into 15 5 times. So here I can see that in that 3 pack it's 45p per carton. For the second one then it is 4 cartons in a pack, and this time it costs £1.52. So 4 can't go into 1, but let's see how many times can it go into 15. That should be 3 times, with a remainder of 3. And 4 goes into 32 8 times. So that tells us then that the 4 pack is 38p per carton. So looking at these two numbers, I would say that this deal is better because 38p is cheaper than 45p per carton. So I would always finish off by saying a sentence like that. So deal 2, as it is cheaper per carton. And that is you done with the lesson today. I just did 4 quick examples to show you the types of questions that we could be asked. Again, I've used our Chile rating, so here you can see there are 6 questions which I expect everybody to be able to have a go at. If you're not sure, pick one of the 4 operations and give it a go. You should not need a calculator. You should be shown as much working as you can for these questions. If you want to give yourself a bit of a challenge, I think a lot of us could do 7, 8 and 9. There's just a wee bit more reading involved, and the questions are maybe just a wee step harder. And then our hot questions at the end have a couple of steps to them, so you need to think a wee bit harder about them. So I'm not expecting us all to be able to do 10 and 11, but I definitely think we could give it a good go. Well done for sticking with your lesson today, guys, and I will see you in our next lesson for our new topic, which should be fractions.